Ready guys, what is up? It's Revel or Revelation Gaming, as you know me, and today we're actually here for some solo content today. It's actually a little bit different. I'm actually going to be working on something that I kind of want to do some videos on, but I guess I never really got around to it. But if you guys already saw the title, uh, or the thumbnail, here it is. You guys can see that. So, yeah, it's today we're learning how to make custom sprites. Now, you guys know or if you don't know and you're not subscribed to my channel and you're just now watching this video, I'm actually working on a fan game right now. I've actually have something really important to say about, and it's going to be at the end of this video. So, guys, stick around to the end of the video to hear about that, because I don't want to talk too much about that. I just want to really get on to the video. So, this will be how to make custom sprites for Generation 3 games. So, if you want like ROM hacks or fan games, and you want a Gen 3 style, but you want some custom sprites in it, this is the way how to do it. And they're going to be in-depth custom sprites. Now, I have a few examples here of what I did. This is a custom sprite I took and I made myself, and it looks really good. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys straight off the bat. I am not an artistic person. This took a long time. I am not kidding. I drew in a lot of the stuff. This was personally made by me. I drew in like a lot of stuff. I did the details. I did a lot of stuff. I'm not an artist. I cannot do online digital art. So if something does not look right, or it looks kind of bad, I'm going to be honest. This takes a while. You can see some little clippets there that don't exactly look perfect, but they're there. But it takes a while to do this type of stuff. This is another one I made, but it takes a while. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to actually make these and show you how these look. And I need to fix the back of this right here, but I'll do that later. So this is a more simplistic one that I made. This one right here is more complex. And the program I'm doing this in is in Paint.net. I will try to leave a link down in the description to show you guys where to get that program so you guys can edit sprites like this. Because I know a lot of people say Paint.net is really bad for making Pokemon sprites, but it's actually really good for Generation 3. Now, I am going to be making a Generation 4 and a Generation 5 way how to make sprites. And if you guys even want me to do a Generation like 2 or 1, way how to make some sprites, if you guys want to make a fan game like that, I might even be able to do that. But the way you make Gen 4 sprites and Gen 5 sprites is a lot more complex, takes a lot more time, and also just you could still use Paint, but I'd rather use a different program. So stick around, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you guys want to see some more ways on how to make some custom sprites for your fan games and other stuff. Or if you just want to make a profile picture, I can show you an exact way in Paint.net right here to actually make a profile picture with Paint.net using this program. So go ahead, subscribe so you guys can stay tuned. Also turn on the notifications, because when Gen 5 and Gen 4 comes out, I'm going to be releasing a video for it. So you guys can stay notified of when we're always going to have a custom sprite tutorial. Also, go check out some of my other content. I make regular Pokemon content on here, playing gameplays, doing other series, doing informational videos. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that, also subscribe. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the video. So this is a more, sorry about that, but this is a more simple sprite to make. It's still complex, but it's still more simple to make. So I want to go ahead and say something really big about making sprites for Generation 3 in the beginning. You have to look at the body type. For this video, we are going to be editing this sprite, and this is going to be a character that I'm actually supposed to be putting in my fan game that I was going to actually just edit on my own time and just start making, but I decided I'd do it for a video. Also, guys, I want to state that these do take a while. Like, I'm going to teach you how to do it in the fastest way possible, so you don't have to draw out every pixel. You guys don't have to do this, and you're not sitting here for 8 to 10 hours just making one sprite. Okay? As well as I want to go ahead and get out the fact that with these sprites, these are sprites. You guys might be asking, how am I getting these default sprites? I'm actually going to show you right now. So I have Pokemon Essentials. I'm also going to be leaving a link to Pokemon Essentials down in the description below. Now, once you get Pokemon Essentials, all you have to do is extract it. You extract the extra file and you get a folder like this. Once you get this folder, all you have to do is go into this folder, go into the graphics folder, even if you're not making a fan game, or not, or anything else, or if you want to just make a profile picture, do this instead, because this will give you a crap ton of free things to use. So you can go into the characters tab here, and this has a few custom stuff in here. It won't have much for the fan game in here yet that you guys can actually see, so it's not spoiling anything. But yeah, so you'll have list and list and list of not only just actual trainer sprites you guys can use, like the actual trainer sprites of things, but you also have just overworld sprites that you guys can use. And look at. The stuff as the default character, character from Emerald. You have May, you got Gary, you got Oak. So that gives you a crap ton of transparent, free sprites to use, so you guys can go ahead and use those. So I'll leave a link down to that in the description as well, so you guys can go ahead and check that out for yourselves, just so you guys can get some actual transparent sprites, so you don't have to like cut everything out or get them off of a weird website like resources.com. I think that's what it's called, because those don't really work that well in Paint and other stuff. So this would be the perfect way to do it because it's already transparent, it's already in the right size for you, and it's already um just basically a sprite. Now editing it is very easy because you have these tools right here. You have the color picker, which I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. So here's a color wheel section you have up here in the corner. Also, I do not know what version of Paint I'm using. I might be using an outdated version. This is just the version I personally use, but none of the stuff should really be changed, even if there is an updated version. But I highly doubt there is because I think this is the most recent version. So there's a color wheel here. So with this color wheel, it'll give you a bunch of default colors so you can click on, and then you'll have all the default colors. So you can also move this around to select any like custom colors, so you guys can get a like feel for what you want or whatever. Now, what you can actually draw with is the paint tool, but I would highly recommend not using it, uh, unless you're trying to get large areas, but it's still kind of messy in there. And then you have the eraser tool and the pencil tool. So with the pencil tool is the one you're actually going to be using to make these custom sprites, because with this tool you can actually draw stuff out and you can edit stuff like that. This is the undo button, by the way, so you guys can undo any of the work you guys don't want to have. And quickly, I'm going to be sitting with my computer for a quick second just so I can grab my mouse, because I do not have my mouse currently with me. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit unprofessional right there. Hopefully I'll be able to cut that part out of the video, but if I'm not, oh well. Okay, so I have my mouse in. It looks a lot better. Okay, so we have this here, and you want to edit the sprite. So you can use any of the sprites in the actual Pokemon Essentials file. So you guys can use whatever of these sprites you want. Any of these sprites. Any of these sprites you can use. Just any of them. Just in general. Anyone you see you like, you can use. Whatever one you have. So what I would tell you to go ahead and start off with is have an idea for what you want of a character. It's not going to be a solid idea, but just have an idea of how you want the character to basically look. I have a kind of idea of how I want this character to look. Now you might be asking, why do I have multiple sprites open? And this is to show the different type of model bodies. Now you see this character here is a basic character. He's an overworld NPC that you could probably fight as a trainer battle or just talk to. That's pretty basic. But then you have the main character sprite of Red. It's classical Red from Fire Red Leaf Green, Gen 3. See, these two trainers are in the same body type because they have the same exact type of walking body here and here, as you guys can clearly tell. Though they have them here, and here, and here, and here. So they're like form and figures all the exact same. While if you look at somebody like Lance, he's actually different because he still has the basic body here, but he has the cape going on. So he's the extra cape. So when you're actually editing and making custom files, not files, but custom sprites, make sure that you have the same exact body type of character. Like Brock, he's more fat and more kind of thick in the body than Red would be, or this actual character would be. So he's a bit bigger, and so is other characters such as Professor Oak and Blaine, and how he's more skinnier, as well as female characters, because female characters have a completely different body type. So make sure that if you are going to be editing these sprites, make sure that you have some that are at least all the same body type, because you could take aspects from other sprites and put them on these sprites in Paint, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that in the video right now. So let's just say we kind of want to keep his hair the same, because this usually will take a while. I'm going to be honest. This takes me, on average, using this, and this even speeds up the process by a lot. It takes me about a good maybe 2 to 3 hours to edit one sprite. Now, you guys might be saying, wow, that's a lot, but if you just want to make a profile picture or something, it won't take a lot. And if you want to make stuff like animations and custom frames, because you can draw and stuff like that, editing these sprites doesn't take a long time. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you do one sprite sheet, that's all the animations you need for a character. Like, it won't be a while. So it's worth your time to do, and just worth your time in general. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna leave the hair the same. I don't want to edit the hair because I like it, but I don't like these eyes. So you could come over here and look at Red's eyes. Red's eyes, he has some decent eyes. Now I'm gonna use the zoom tool here so I can zoom in. on some of these characters. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how you could do some basic editing in this. You guys could just drag and drop some stuff. So you want to do is you want to grab the rectangular tool here. So after you grab the rectangular tool, you'll actually start the rectangle on whatever this is. And this will make just a perfect rectangle in whatever way you want it. So you can just get it about basically here. We'll just say here, okay? So you got that rectangle. Now you're like, okay, that's a cool rectangle, I guess. So what you want to do after that is if you hit enter, it'll get rid of it. So if you want to get rid of it, get rid of it. But once you have the rectangle all good, all you want to do is come up here and hit the copy tool. Now after you hit the copy tool, go back to the sprite, and it's as simple as this. Just hit the paste tool. Just hit the paste tool, and it will drop that exact frame. Now the only problem is be careful for when you're using certain things such as this, as you guys can clearly see, because Red's the top of his eyes are black, it goes in kind of with this sprite, and so we'll have more of a this look, and you know that's still customized. That's still a good looking eye sprite. I'm not gonna lie, but we don't want this extra little black piece here. So we're going to quickly go into the color picker tool like I was saying earlier, and you can just click on any color you want, such as this yellow, and this it'll show you the color over here. I'm going to quickly get rid of this because it's a little bit annoying, I know. So it'll show you the color picker right there. So you guys can pick some colors over there. So let's say we want this light skin tone here. So you want to get rid of this black mark here. So all you got to do is just that. Just fill in the little square part that you don't want. And boom, there you go. Perfect. He has the eyes, he has everything going for him. So boom, that's that. So it doesn't look too bad right now. It's looking pretty good. Now you could change the colors of the eyes. I did not mean to do that. I meant to click the zoom tool. But you could change the color of the eyes if you want. Like if you don't want it to be like this color here, you could change it to whatever color you want. All you got to do is go in the color tool. You know, you can look through the colors, or you can just use a color picker and pick whatever color you'd want off of another sprite. So that's basically the eyes. So you know, it's looking good so far. So I don't want to change anything on the head. I don't want to do that at all. Now I do want to change this body. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep the same pants, but there's a little pink belt buckle here. I don't think that's gonna fit really well, and so I want to change the color of that. Let's just say we'll change it to what color we want to make this guy look? Maybe white. Would white look good on him? Hmm. Hmm. You know what? We'll change it to like a dark blue, maybe? Should we go for like a light blue? Maybe a cyan blue. See, this is another thing that you have to worry about. When you think of the color, think of what you're going to do. Now, you don't have to use base sprite sets to do it. If you just want to get a naked sprite, I'll also try to leave a link down there. What a naked sprite is basically it's just a sprite that just has one skin color, but still has the base body of a Gen 3 model. Now, you can just edit it like that if you want, or you can just edit it with this. So, either way, we'll just make it this blue. Okay, so say we wanted this belt buckle to be that blue. That's fine. Now I don't like this stomach area right here. It's kind of cool with the chain, but I'm not really feeling it that much. So what I want to do is I really like his red body for him, and I think it'll look good on him. So what I want to do is I want to grab the square tool again, drag it over here, drag it over the actual square, do the whole copy thing again, and then when you paste it, it'll actually paste it right in the area right above his stomach, right where you left it for Red. Now Red has this little thing here at the edge, so you're like, okay, that kind of gets in the way, but he does not have that much head at the bottom part, like right here. So you can just do the same square tool thing again on these little squares over here if you want to keep it. Now I'm not going to keep this color the same. I am going to change that for sure because I really don't like the way that color looks. Wait, did I not do that? Wait, let me hit enter real quick. Okay, paste. Okay, no, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Okay, copy again. Come right back over here. Paste. Okay, it'll paste it. Just hit enter to make sure it locks into place. That's what I did not do. So after you paste, hit enter to lock it into place. Okay, get this other square right over here. Copy. Come back over to this regular sprite. Paste again. Okay, that's that. And then we don't want this here either, so we'll just take this base color of red, and then we'll just quickly color over this little yellow piece here. And then we'll take this color of dark white, and we'll make it like that. So Okay, that's just a jacket, you know? It's nothing's really going on. Now, here's where the drawing kind of comes into play because like Red said, he has blue sleeves here and his arms are not the same as this. So this is where you're going to actually have to draw and kind of get something, but because the base model is already there or the base sprite of this is already there, you guys can just draw in whatever you'd like it to be. If you want him to just have short sleeves, you know, give him some short sleeves. Okay, so we'll take this red. Okay, we'll take that and get him here. And then, you know, we'll just do like a little bit of this, you know? Get a little bit of this. Okay, I messed up a little bit there. Let me redo that. I keep messing up because my hand keeps slipping. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of trial and error in this, I'm not going to lie. Like, there you go. You gave him some short sleeves, you know? Like, boom. There you go. Short sleeves, he's still a character. I mean, you could fill it out even more probably by doing this. That'd probably be a lot better looking, actually, if you did something like that. And boom, he has some short sleeve. He has a short sleeve shirt on. That looks perfect. You know, that's already looking really, really good for a Gen 3 sprite. But that's not exactly how I wanted him to be in the first place. So I want to come down here and let's say I want to bring this area down here. Now, the most important part, and I will say this a lot, the most important part of making a Gen 3 sprite is to make sure you have your shading correct. If you're making a custom skin tone or a custom hair color or something, you will see that there's lighter areas in here. There'll be like a secondary lighting. What I like to call them is this is the first light, like light color they have. Then they have a medium color, and then they have the dark color, and then they have the even darker color. So that's how shading works for Gen 3 sprites, for me anyway. So you want to make sure that if you have a light area here, keep a light color in between here. Don't make it a dark color and then make everything else. You want to keep the shading well so you have good shading. Just like in here in the skin tone, when I zoom out, you could tell still he has the lighter areas where the light is really showing on his face and he still has the shadow areas where the darker parts are. So make sure you still have good lighting tone when you're making your custom sprites. Just saying so you can stick with the like lighting tone of the base model. Okay, so moving on. Okay, I like this. You know, he has a dark red. You know, has a little bit of here. Um, but maybe I don't want him to have some red. You know, maybe I don't want to. I don't want him to be the color red. So I'm gonna make him, let's say, light gray. We'll make him some light gray. So what I want to do is I'm gonna come here and just reshade over all of this. Now, eventually, I will speed this up. There'll be parts in the video where I just speed through this because I do not want to sit here for like recording for like 3 hours just so you guys can see me have little bits of trial and error. Like, I don't want you guys to be bored to death. So I will speed through some of this, but I will tell you it will take some lengthy time, especially if you mess up like that. If you do slight mess ups or whatever, and you don't just want to reshade it over with a different color, it will take a while. It will take a while. This isn't just a quick fun and done thing. You do have to hold on for it. So I have the gray now. Now I'm like, okay, I have gray, but I don't really have a color that can contrast with gray because there's a lighter area here. But I use gray, so I can come over here to one of my other characters, my custom character I made, and I can see he has kind of a grayish white area in here, and I want to use that color. So I could just take that color right off of him, go right back over to our custom sprite, grab it, grab this tool right here, and I could just fill this in with like a little bit of a lighter gray. And boom, there we go. That's lighting. That's the gray. Now, I did not finish actually shading him. That was my bad. I did not realize I did not finish shading one side of his arm. So let me go ahead and do that very fast. Okay. Um, and boom, we're done. Okay, so there we go. That's one of his arms shaded. Now, the whole problem with this arm right here is the fact that this is actually looking like his skin, because this is actually the skin tone that's like the darker skin tone. This is like the darkest skin tone he has. Right here, you guys can tell it's right there as well. So this is actually supposed to be working in tandem with his arm. So it's like his arms are just bare. That's what it's supposed to look like. So saying that I filled this in, I want this to be kind of a short, long sleeve type dealio. What I want to do is I want to go ahead over here and grab this really dark gray. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm actually going to get all the way up to the part where I actually made the arm, which would be right here in this area right here, and shade that in with some dark gray. Shade in every area. Do not shade in the face, just shade in his arms, just so it doesn't look like it's supposed to match his skin tone. So, boom, there you go. Now, he looks perfect. He has this little part here to show that he still has some skin showing, which would be his hands or his arm. And he has a little darker piece there as well. So it looks really, really nice. So now that looks a lot more professional and looks really good. Now I kind of want to change the color of this real quick because I thought I'd like it at first, but I kind of don't. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna make not white. That's not what I want to make the color. Definitely not white. Now what could work with this? Not black either. Um, mm, well, let's first think about the color we're gonna make his pants. So we gave him some gray. Now I could give him like shorts or something like that, but we're gonna keep him having pants on. I think keeping him having pants would work potentially. Actually, you know what? Should we give him some shorts, guys? Um, hmm. No. Let's just keep it pants. Let's keep it pants. Let's keep it basic. Let's keep it basic for you guys. So we'll make his pants probably. Let's go with a more. Maybe green. Maybe green would work. Not a dark gray. Definitely not that. Maybe blue. Maybe some blue. You know what? Yeah, let's use it. Let's use the blue here. So let's go ahead and take this darker blue and do the outline of the pants. So we can see that the pants really starts here, right underneath his hand at this block right here, or this pixel right here. So we're gonna go ahead and shade that in. And also, guys, a real quick tip I want to give you guys is the more you zoom in on a picture or photo, the actual bigger the pixels will get, so they're a lot easier to edit. So make sure that you're zooming in a good amount, just so you guys can have some good like pixel sizes, I guess. I'm sorry about this, guys. Sometimes when I'm doing this is the first time I'm doing like a video like this, so not my dialogue, but my commentary might be a little bit off because I'm not really used to doing videos like this, but I am doing one because I think it'd be helpful. I honestly think a lot of people will be interested in seeing this and seeing how a custom sprite can end up looking like. So, there we go. He has some blue pants, gray jacket. Now, what you want to do with the shoes, most of the times you want to make the shoes the same color as the jacket or the shirt that you have on, or the hoodie, or whatever you have on that you're making your character have. So I'm gonna make it about the same color as this gray right here because I really like that color. So, there we go. And there we go. And boom, there we go. We are done with the first sprite. We're already done with the first sprite. So that's a custom sprite right there. That's something that goes from looking exactly like, hold up, minimize out. So we went from this to this in little to no time at all. Like already, you're already done with one sprite. That's the custom sprite. That's how easy it is. The only problem with this format or way of doing these custom sprites is the fact that it takes a while. So if you guys have patience and you guys can sit here and you guys enjoy this, turn on some music, get some jams going, you can have a good time just making some custom sprites, and that's really all you need to make them. So this one's basically done. I'm happy with the way this looks. It looks great to me. I like it. I didn't have to change much. If you wanted to change the hair, you could have done that too. Such as if you wanted to give him the hat, all you had to do was get the uh square tool like this. Such as if you wanted to give him the red hat anyway. Make sure that when you do the square tool, do it all the way from the left side of the photo. So make sure you're all the way here, and make sure that your marker or your point or where your mouse is exactly at where the pixel of Red's hat is. So make sure that you have that. And then also make sure that you do it in tangent to go all the way to the right of where the next sprite is on the sprite sheet, because you want to have good even amount and have the exact same amount of space as it would be if it was a red sprite sheet. So make sure you do that. So just go down where his hat was, okay? You want to copy that again, go right over to here, and then you just want to paste it. And then you want to fix the angle. So we want to make it here. Now actually what you would want to do originally is you'd actually want to make it about here. Maybe. Yeah, well, hang on. No, actually you want to make it here. You'd want to make it here. So let me hit enter. And then you'd want to get some black. Even though it was on top, you could probably fix this yourself, but you probably wanted to do something along the lines of this. And boom, there you go. You got Red's hat on your Pokemon trainer. It's that simple. It's that simple. You have Red's hat now. Now, we're not going to keep that because I don't like that. You can just hit the undo button a lot, and boom, you'll get rid of it. And so we're back. So that's our basic spray. It looks great, and that's another way how to get hats. You can also do it with Lance's hair as well. You can do like something like Lance's hair, or you could do it with somebody like Brock's hair. So yeah, you could do that if you guys want to put some hats or stuff. You can also use some custom sprites you find online, like off of Google and stuff. If you find any transparent sprites off of Google or something, you can also get stuff. You can also do the same exact thing, even if they're not official sprites. You could take them and put them onto here. So that's exactly what you could do to get some other hairstyles and other hats in case you guys don't want to take that time. Now, besides that, you guys can actually color in the hat or your hair by yourself. You can actually just use the marker tool or the paint tool or even the bucket tool really to paint in your own hair or hat. And you can make it a different color than it actually is. So you have different ways of doing that. But next, what you want to do is you actually have these running animations. Now, you have one here, you have one here, as well as you have to do this side model. You have to do this side model, and then you have to do it backwards, and then this had to have a running spray here. And now you're thinking, yeah, it took me about a good 20 something minutes just to be able to make this one sprite. And so making this one sprite, that's it. I made one sprite. So that took a while, and that's 25 minutes. So what you want to do to speed this up is I'm actually going to do the exact same thing, but I'm probably going to speed it up a bit just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch. Now quickly let me get this again. Get off of that. Okay, grab the zoom tool. Zoom back in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the main sprites, the only thing you actually need to edit. Because there's exactly 4 sprites in a row. So you have 4, 8, 12, 16 sprites to do. So you have 16 sprites, so you don't want to do all those by hand. You don't want to do all that. So these are the sprites that you actually need to edit. Now, you need to edit this sprite right here. You need to edit this one right here, this walking sprite. You do not have to edit this one. So I'm going to show you. So you have to edit this sprite here, just this one. You have to edit this sprite here, just this one. Then you have to edit just this sprite here, just this one right here. That's all you have to edit. And then you don't have to edit any of these. You don't have to worry about that at all. Then you have to edit this sprite right here, this like backwards one right here. Then you have to edit this one right here, and that's it. So you have to edit 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 sprites more. So you have to edit 5 out of 16 sprites. So just 5 out of 16 sprites is the only sprites you actually have to physically sit down here and edit. So in general, that should take you about 2 hours, like I said. So I'm actually going to quickly show you guys how to edit this, and then or should I do the down one? Because this one really isn't that much different. It's just shading a lot. So I don't actually think I'm gonna show you guys this one, except for maybe this hand motion here, because I want to show you guys, because this is basically the same. You don't have to worry too much about that. And if you want to make the length of the shoulder be a certain height, just get on it. Hang on. Why can I not do that? Wait, is the square tools in selection? That's why. Okay. So also be careful of that. When you use the square tool, you can't edit anything but inside the square tool. So make sure you click off screen whenever you use the square tool or you're done, or press enter. So I want to make it here. I messed that up. Hit the undo tool. Hit the undo tool. Undo tool. That's a lot. That's kind of hard to say, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of hard to say. So I want to make it do about there. Okay, just do that. Then we'll get the color picker again. Get this. Grab this. Come here and shut all that in. So that's how you do the forearm right there. And then if you wanted to actually do this back arm here, because you want to make this look actually decent, so you want to grab that filler tool again. Now you could shade it in here. You could do a deeper part like that. Personally, I would not. I don't prefer doing that. I don't see a difference in the quality or what you would really produce from doing that. So, it needs to be 2 blocks thick here. So make sure you have an even amount of block size. Like, make sure you want to keep your block size about the same. So you want to have about that much length in the arm. Come around here, and boom, there you go. That's one. Now what you want to do is you want to grab this darker color here again to make sure you have the lighting right. Go to about here, and then go to about here, and then boom, you're done. That's how you make the arm length. And then what you could do right here in the center is actually just grab this, grab all of that. Okay, you can copy that. You can paste that. You could drag it over, and you'll see that this actually covers that little arm piece right here, where you can see there's a little bit of a arm piece in this area here. You want to just drag this, place that, okay, and then what you want to do is you just want to grab that darker color, and if you don't exactly remember where the arm, like how many blocks, you can look over on this side. You can actually see there's about 2 blocks, two thick blocks. So you have this one block of 4 here, and then you have this one block of 4 here, and boom, there you go. That's how you do the torso. It's that simple, that easy, and you could just do the same thing with the pants. And because you only need one leg, it's not going to take much time either. So you could just grab this real quick, uh, shade this in, shade in the dark part, maybe. Oh wait, no, not that. What you want to do is you want to grab this, shade in all of this over here, shade in all this dark part, shade in this as well. And then what you want to do is you want to grab this light part here, grab this, then just fill in this dark part with the light part right there. I messed up. I messed up again. Put this, I keep messing up. My accident. I mean to do that. Okay, there we go. And then you can just grab the belt color again, which would be the dark blue here. And let me go back on this. And do that, and boom, there you go. There's the walking in ideal sprite. That's the only sprites you have to edit in this line, or call it, or whatever you want to call it. So the other sprites, I am going to quickly, hopefully speed up the video a lot. Actually, yeah, I'm going to want to speed up the video a lot. I'm actually going to pause the audio file because I don't want the audio file to be that long. So, I'm going to pause it here, fill in the rest of these. I'll quickly do a speed up with some music so you guys can listen to that. Quickly fill in the rest of these here and then show you guys what to do to finalize it. And, alright, so I'll be back with you guys in 1 second. Alright guys, we are back, and I had just finished the part of the video where I had just quickly edited all the sprites that you actually need to have edited. So I ended up changing my thoughts about that. At first I was going to play music. I'm probably telling you guys after you've already known this, but I actually decided to go ahead and put my thoughts actually instead into what I was doing during the speed up, so I could tell you guys some of my problems and stuff. You guys probably heard me over there. But let's go ahead and continue on what you have to do after the fact you've edited all these sprites. So, like I said earlier, the only sprites you need edited were these 4 right here and these 2 right here. So, out of this, you need to edit, actually 6. I don't know why I said 5 sprites before. You actually need to edit 6 sprites, not 5. So, you need to edit 6 out of 16 sprites. So, you still had 10 sprites left that you didn't need to work on at all. And here's the exact reason on why you didn't need to work on those at all and what you could actually do to save you a lot of time. So, first off, what you want to do, you want to go ahead, grab the square tool again, go ahead and mark it over here. Now make sure that when you mark this, you mark the character by his feet over to the other character's like first walking stance in the sprite sheet. So make sure you have your rectangle around the character just like this. So what you want to do is you want to copy, and what you want to do is you want to paste. Then what you want to do is you want to drag this right over the other character. Now this could be a little bit hard to align. It'll kind of have like a snap in paint to kind of show you that it'll like snap into place to show you that it's in place with the other sprite. And that's something I really like about Paint.net, that it actually does really, really well. And so we'll have that. So after this part, what you want to do is, you have this set up, boom, you have that. Now, if you want to check to make sure that you're at the exact pixel as the other one, you can actually do a check from the head with the square tool. So what you want to do is you want to grab the square and make sure these are both in the same square. Now, if these aren't, like such as this one is underneath me, if this square or this pixel on this top character set over here where you copied and pasted is not at the same height, as well as you can do this with the feet, if they're not the same height, it's out of place, and you want to put it in place with the other character and make sure. So that's just a little test you guys can do to make sure that it's in place. You can also do it with the feet just to make sure that it's in place and just how it's supposed to be. So yes, it is. So that's in place, and boom, there you go. So you started here and here. So you already did that in the matter of maybe a minute or so. You already have another sprite done that you already have. Now, actually, one sprite I did edit was this one right here. So this one sprite here and this one sprite here were problems a little bit for me. I'll explain that in the speed up part on why they were problems, but I don't know exactly how they look now. Looks fine kind of to me, but I'll just roll with it. So you want to do the exact same thing for all the other sides. Make sure that you have the square tool lined up with the top pixel of the character in its ideal position in that way. And you just want to grab this. You want to copy this. You want to paste this. You just want to drag this right on over. Make sure it has a little bit of a snap in place. If you guys can't really tell, you could drag it a little bit above, and you'll have like this one little pixel. Just scoot it down, just I think by 2. Yep, from there you can just hit enter. Do the little square tool test you guys could do at the little head pixel. And if they're both in the same area, yes. So that's perfect right there, and that's really all you need to do. And you could do this as well with this sprite down here at the bottom, this last sprite. And then we'll finally get on how to get all these sprites and this sprite and all that stuff to the same angle, so you guys can speed up the time and spend less time doing this. So it would be here, if I could just get the square tool correct. Right angle, there we go. Okay, so now that the square tool is all correct again, make sure that you put the square fully around the character. All you gotta do is copy and hit paste again. Drag it right on over here, and then you can just do it by 2 like that. It'll have a little snap in place. Press enter. Uh, you can look kind of at the sides to see if they're in the same exact spot. I mean, I don't exactly know. They should be the same. It should be good right here. Let me do the little square tool test to make sure that all of this is in the same position. It is. So boom, there you go. There you go. This is all you need to do at first. So let me quickly zoom out just to show you guys my work. So out of this already, you just have this L here and then this one little guy right down here that you need to fill in, and then you're done with the custom sprite. That's it. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now to do this, what you want to do is you want to go ahead here. You want to go ahead and save the file as. Now you want to save the file. I have it set as a copy or whatever it is. You can name it to whatever you want. Is what I did was actually, instead of taking the original sprite and just editing over that, because even if you do that, it will still do this. What I did was I actually copied the original sprite I wanted to do, because I wanted to do sprite 25 here, as you guys could tell. What I did was I just right clicked it, I hit the copy button, then I just click off. You just don't click on screen anywhere, just right click, and then you could usually click paste if you copied it. So you just paste it there, it'll have a copy, and use the copy to actually edit the sprites. You can still have this sprite as a background. Now, the way how Paint works, you can actually save some files, and if you just rename it, it won't actually do that, but I like to make copies just to be safe. So, that might be a little bit confusing, but I'll probably explain it better in the next Gen 4 video, because that will have a lot more to do. So, what you want to do now is you just want to rename the file. I'm going to rename it this, because this is what I want the character name to be. I hit save. Okay, you have this now officially almost saved. Until it will have the save configuration. Wait for this to come up. Do not just X out of anything yet. Hit OK. It will do a little bit of saving. It'll take like a minute, and boom, it's saved permanently. On your PC, you're good. So now what you want to do is you can go up to file here and you can click open recent, and now you can actually open what you do recently. Now the sprites you do recently, you can just open them again, and boom, there, I have this sprite open now, I have this sprite open now. So I'm actually going to be editing this one, and I'm going to be taking this one. So what you want to do here is you want to go over here to this sprite, and this is exactly why you guys have to pay attention closely here, because this is a little bit confusing, but not really. So, what you don't have to do it all the way from the top of the page or anything. You don't have to start the square all the way to the top of the page. Just make sure that you have a good you start the rectangle tool above the top pixel of the character sprite. Now, make sure you get all of their hand and everything in it, as well as you have to connect it to this pixel right here at the side of their head. So, I want to actually make it right here. Yes. Okay, then I want to make it connect exactly to his head, then go direct to his feet. So it's a square directly around him, not the actual space around him. So what you want to do, you want to go up to this little button here. It says crop to selection. You want to hit crop to selection. Then what you actually want to do is you want to go to image, and you actually want to click flip horizontally. Now that's all you want to do. That's all you have to do to get this sprite. Now what you want to do here is you just want to grab the rectangle tool again, go over it, hit copy, go right back over to here, hit paste, drag and drop. Just, you have that little clip kind of. It'll give you a little clip feeling. If you guys don't have it, it might just be me. Give you a little clip feeling when it's in place. Hit enter. I know that's in place because I can tell that pixel's underneath. So that's in space. That's in place. Boom. There you go. You have the top line done. You just have to do that for literally every other line. So all you have to do is come back here. Now, the only thing that takes a while is just actually figuring out where you're going to put your mouse and how you're supposed to position it. Because you see, like there, I made it just a bit too bit too short, and then I also messed up on the front of it. So be very clear on where you want to start your rectangle at, because it's a bit hard. If I zoomed in, it'd probably be a lot easier, which I'm gonna do. So zoom in, it'll probably be a lot easier, so you can actually tell where your line's starting and where it's not starting. So there you go. That's perfect. Go down to the heel. All I gotta do is do this. Go down the heel. Hit crop to selection. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. I could copy this. Right, go back over to here. Go back. Go back. You can just keep pressing back to actually go back to the thing. I can hit paste over here. And then I could just leave that. I could click, actually crop to selection. There we go, like that. Now that was a bit confusing. You could do it the way I did it first. The first way I did it with the other walking animation would be a lot easier. I kind of did backwards because I actually cropped the file I actually wanted to put the picture on. So do that. Just go to image. I think that's what it is. Yeah, flip horizontally. Get the square tool again. Go over it. Copy. Come right back over here. Hit paste. And then once you pasted it, you could just drag it over. This one down here, not this one, because this one you actually need to do something else with. Quickly, I'm just going to do this. Drag this, not this, this over. Okay. And once you do that, hit enter, and then boom, you have this one now. So you just have to do it over and over again. It's a bit tedious, I know, and I don't exactly like doing it either. It's kind of pain in the butt, I'm not gonna lie, but eh. So we have that one now, and then you can come down here to the bottom character again. Not this character, this character. You can grab this hair, and if I could just get this angle right. That's not what I wanted. Oh. I'm doing this. Yeah, like this, like this. This is perfect. Grab this. Crop to selection. Square. Go to image. Flip horizontally. Grab the square tool. And then all you have to do is copy. Come back over here. You click paste. And then just line this up perfectly. I'll have a little snap. Like before, I believe. Yep. You'll have a little snap. Click that, and boom. This line's done. This line is done. Oh my god, why did I... Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. That was a small cut right there. I actually realized something, and I'm so sorry that I've been doing this whole video. I know a lot of what I'm saying doesn't make too much sense, and I'm kind of blabbering on. So this is just a small little cut edit part at kind of the middle end section. We're almost done here. I'm gonna continue on literally right after this, but I figured out what was personally wrong with so many things. First off, I didn't actually change the eyes. I completely forgot to actually do that, so I ended up doing that finally, and I'm glad I did that finally. So I changed all the eyes so they were normal instead of this. And then after I finally did that, after I changed the eyes, I actually forgot that you actually need to edit this character as well right here, because I told you guys originally only had to edit this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, which was 5 out of 6, but you actually need to add, I said 6 out of 16 when I actually you need 7 out of 16. So you need to edit this sprite as well. Just gonna go ahead and tell you now. Sorry that I sound like an idiot when I didn't say that, because I did not realize, because I thought I could use this one, turn it around, and be the same as this, but for some reason it's not. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right back in. So I basically edited all these sprites. Now they all look normal as the final version. This line's completed, this line's completed, this line's completed. Now only line that needs to be completed is this one. Now this line right here does have this sprite, and only thing you need to do here, yet again, is go over to this sprite. Oh wait, I did fix the eyes on that one. Okay, so what I'm do with this character, which kind of sucks, and you do want to do it like we did the first time. And instead of just doing it around the character, you have to do it around the whole character with the space. So you want to crop to selection. Then what you want to do is you want to go to image. You want to flip horizontal. The mouse tool again. Go over it. Just hit copy. Come over to the actual version of what you're doing it on. Paste. Then just drop it right here. So you just have to do this over and over again. I'm probably going to speed this point up of me just doing it over. So it's basically just copy and paste, and then just worry about making them all the same height, and you're basically good to go after that. There's not much more you really have to edit from there on. So I mean that's really it. There's nothing else you really have to do. Just keep doing the same thing that I've been doing in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, found it kind of helpful. If it's really confusing, um, just watch the video. I'm going to be honest, this is a bit confusing. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't exactly know exactly what I'm saying. I mean, I know how to do all of this because I've been doing it for a long time. I can show you guys, like I showed you earlier, a lot of custom sprites I've done. How to word this is a bit hard for me because this is the first time I've ever done a video like this. So I hope you guys found it helpful. If you guys really need to, just watch the video with no sound. Turn off the sound. Just watch the video. I will leave a kind of guide, not a link to it, but I'll actually type out a guide on what I actually mean in full text in the description box. So there'll be steps down there on what to do. So if my voice, if hearing this and watching this video did not make sense in making a custom sprite, just go on ahead down there, look, there'll be direct steps on what you're supposed to do, as well as the file links to Pokemon Essentials, how to get paint, and yeah, so that's really all you have to do for the video, guys. Um, Hopefully you'll really enjoy it. Stick around. I'm going to be making Gen 4. Gen 4 will be a lot more organized than this, because I kind of just made this on the spot, and I was like, why not? I think it will help a lot of people, as well as I did a poll on Amino, seeing if people wanted to see this, and they did. So yeah, this is how to make custom Gen 3 sprites. So yeah, hopefully you really all enjoyed. And yeah, so this is a part that I actually wanted to say ahead of time for the people who stayed all the way to the end of the video. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll be making more of these. There'll be a lot better content. There'll be a lot better fluent. I just kind of made this on the spot, and I kind of tried to rush because I didn't want this video I didn't want to record like 2 hours long of videos. So I like rushed out the sprite in like an hour, and I kind of messed up on some things you can clearly see here in the arm. I'm gonna go back and fix that probably. I'm definitely gonna go back and fix that. But yeah. So hopefully you guys will stick around and just do that. But for the people who stayed here to the end, I just wanted to talk about my fan game real quick. I was working on my fan game pretty much every day. I still have all the sprites for it. Some of the sprites you guys saw in this video were actually supposed to be for it, and everything else. Then there was a lot of things that happened, and then this random thing happened with RPG Maker, and it said an invalid file of, well, when I tried to open up my game so I can edit it, it said it was an invalid file. And so I tried making a new file and transferring all the files that I had over from that file of the game, and it transferred over my tile sets and a few of my maps, I guess, but a lot of them were like corrupted and didn't work, and it all happened because my computer randomly shut down a few times when I was in the middle of editing, and I guess the RPG Maker does that to certain files, so I wasn't actually able to save a good amount. I saved all the sprites I had for it, I also saved the tile sets I had for it, and I still have a few of the maps. I still have the Pokemon Center, especially in the Pokemart, which I'm extremely happy with, so I don't have to redo those. But and I have like one route that I'm still pretty happy that was actually still made it, but it basically the game messed up and I have to restart all over now. And I spent a good 2 to 3 months working on that game. I'm not gonna lie. I had a little bit of help, not too much, so I'm not that mad because if I had a lot of help on it, I would have been a lot more sore about it. But I didn't have too much help on it, so I'm happy that it was at least not completely wasted because people still helped me, but they didn't help me with the actual programming side of stuff. So the whole game kind of just shut itself off, and I don't have the passion to really restart it and remake it the way how I had before. So what I decided to do instead is I want to start working on a new project, and that's actually going to be a prequel to the fan game that I'm making now, or that I was making, because that game stopped and it won't work anymore. So I'm gonna be making a like brand new story, brand new everything. It's not gonna be a full-fledged like it's not gonna be an explore a new region, get new Pokemon Legends stuff like the original was supposed to be, because that's what I'm actually gonna save for that game when I start working on it again eventually. It just I'm not gonna start working on it now because I do not have the passion really to start working on the game again. But I do want to start working on a new title, and that title is still going to be Pokemon Revelation, but it's not going to be Pokemon Revelation. It's going to be Revelation, and then I want to read into Revolution, hopefully, as a second type of version of the game, and then I want to have those be a prequel to Pokemon Revelation. So it's going to be a prequel game before the actual game that I was making now, because I had to remake all that stuff and everything. And I don't I'm on summer vacation right now, but I do not want to waste my summer vacation just trying to restart a game that I spent so much time in working on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start something new because I found out some new things, and it's gonna be a prequel. But the game that I was originally making, Pokemon Revelation, is still going to be a thing. It's just gonna be a thing in 2019 or 2020. Not exactly sure just yet, but it will have even better graphics than before. It won't have Gen 3 graphics. The new game I'm working on will have Gen 3/4 graphics with some character customization. It's still gonna have a few things in it. It's still gonna have a really good premise. It's still gonna have some new stuff in it. It's not just gonna be like Kanto or anything. It's not gonna be a region that's already made, but it's going to have. It's gonna be a lot smaller. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it is just yet, but it's gonna be kind of a game, kind of like I guess you could say like Colosseum or maybe XT Gale Darkness or something like that, but not like a full blown region. So you guys will look into more development of that. Hopefully, I can start developing that enough to where I can get a trail out in the next few months. And just yeah, so that's the video. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. I just want to tell you guys that yes, the file corrupted or whatever, and I lost all the progress that I had, and I was so mad about it. You guys don't even know how mad I was about. I was so freaking mad, but it just happens. Things happen. So yeah. So hopefully, you guys had a good time. Remember, like, subscribe to join the Revelation, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.